What's the best way to approach ABGs in nursing school? A couple of my tutoring students recently asked me, so I thought I'd tell you as well. And give a quick follow if you like getting tips that make nursing school easier. First off, the best way to approach ABGs is not by simply memorizing them. It's way too easy to mix up the symptoms, especially on exams. Instead, I recommend you approach them using the silver bullet study system. This is going to give you a framework to first make sure that you have the most important information that's in your knowledge foundation to be able to even begin to understand the different types of acid-base imbalances. But it's also going to guide you through that important information so that you're going to be able to logically predict what are going to be the symptoms, what's going to be the nursing care, instead of just trying to memorize that large amount of information. You can learn the Silver Bullet Study System for free. Go to the link in my bio to get the 20-minute training video. And if you want my help learning it, you can also join my VIP tutoring membership because that's what I do in there. But whether you use the Silver Bullet Study System or another method, the key is going to be how you organize the information. Especially that you have these 4 different diagnoses, the respiratory or metabolic, acidosis or alkalosis. They're all kind of overlapping. They're kind of similar, but yet they're also different. So you got to find a way to organize that information in a way that's going to make it very easy for your brain to retain later on. That's why I like the Silver Bullet Study System. Otherwise, you can end up on information overload. In fact, one nice way to set it up is to do a square type of organization where you have respiratory and metabolic on the top, and then acidosis and alkalosis. Why can't I say that today? It'll be easier for you to find patterns. For example, acidosis is going to have some acidic effects on the body, whether it's caused by respiratory or metabolic. But there's also going to be a few minor differences because if one is caused by the respiratory system, you're going to see different types of symptoms like involving the respiratory system as opposed to when the acidotic cause is in the metabolic system. So that's where the overlapping things, but also the differences come into play. So if you came into this video hoping I could just snap my fingers and give you the 4 things you need to know about respiratory, alkalosis, or whatever, sorry to disappoint you. Then again, if you've ever hung out with me for more than 2 minutes, you know that is just not my tutoring style. It's more important to learn how to think about the information so that you can think like a nurse and have good clinical judgment. And ABGs is a great topic to start with on that. It does require a little bit of wrestling on your side. There are no shortcuts to learning to think like a nurse, unless you just consider studying the right way from the beginning a shortcut. Although I think I'm going to do a part 2 because my student also asked me, is it true that respiratory and metabolic acidosis have similar symptoms, especially when it comes to potassium? So unless my kids interrupt me, I'm going to go do a part 2 right now.